Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hello everyone, my name is Aryasam Santoso from class A1. Okay, for today's I will present it about my answer from the final test questions. Okay, for the first questions is about the role of the first language. I think the role of the first language helps the people or the learners make connections with their existing knowledge of the mother tongue and facilitating the process of understanding when they use a second language. Furthermore, the role of the first language can help second language learners to input language and lead the learner to the highest level of second language use. Okay, for the second question is about input and interactions, the cognitive interactions perspective. I think that input and interactions have been major focus of research in second language acquisition. The interactions approach assumes that input and interactions provide learners with second language data that are processed internally as impact in working memory and then potentially incorporate into their developing interlanguage. Researchers in this paradigm have identified a number of key constructs about the nature of input and interactions that are theorized to influence intake and incidental second language acquisitions include pre-modified input, interactionally modified input, and modified output. And then for the third question is about cognitive aspect of second language acquisition. Cognitive theory of second language acquisitions needs to account for both how input is processed and how output is produced, but play a role in second language development. Currently, however, different theories deal with these two key aspects of second language acquisition separately. The most complete theory to that is one that views the second language systems as a dynamic adaptive system. Theories that draw on this concept emphasize the interconnectedness of the components that comprise the system and its emergent nature. Usage-based account of second language acquisitions knowledge the importance of accounting for both how input is processed and output is produced, while cognitive theories acknowledge the important role played by language transfer. And then for the fourth question is about social aspect of second language acquisitions. I think the importance of social factors in second language acquisition has been recognized from early days. Schuman's acculturation model and Gardner's socio-educational model acknowledge that the social content influence how successful learners are in acquiring and second language. These theories are entirely compatible with the interactionalist cognitive. They simply articulate how social factors affect learners' access to input and their motivations to attain to it. Implicitly, then, these theories acknowledge that acquisitions is a mental phenomenon, something that takes place inside the minds of learners. Okay, for the fifth question is about the role of the explicit instructions. Explicit instructions can be provided prior to practice activities as in isolate instructions or during communicative activities as in integrated instructions. The timing of the explicit information may affect the types of knowledge that results, but this always fuller investigations. Explicit instructions is not a uniform approach. it can be provided the number of different ways involving different theoretical assumptions concerning the role of explicit informations and different kinds of practice activities. According to these explanations, I conclude that the role of the explicit instructions is about instructions when the instructor clearly outlines what the goals of the informations are and offers clear, unambiguous explanations of the skill and information structures they are presenting. Okay, for the sixth questions is about the role of implicit instructions. I think the role of the implicit instruction is focused on form. It's mean that this construct about how input and interaction provide opportunities for learners to attain to linguistic form, while they are primarily focused on meaning. Implicit instructions aim not just to expose learners to the target language, but to do so in ways that will induce incidental attentions to linguistic form. Implicit instructions in language pedagogy is meaning-centered. It involves engaging learners in the comprehensions and productions of the second language for a communicative purpose. By implicit instructions, we refer to the teaching where the instructor doesn't outline such goal or make such explanations overtly, but rather simply presents the informations or the problems to the student and allow the student to make their own conclusions and create their own conceptual structures and assimilate the information in a way that make the most sense of them. Okay, for the last question is about understanding and applying second language acquisitions. We can understand that second language acquisition can have sound us about the nature of second language acquisitions. The nature of second language acquisitions, including second language acquisition, is complex. Second language acquisition has uniform patterns. Second language systems are variable. The effects of first language are pervasive. The learner's starting age plays an important role. Psychological factors influence all aspects of second language acquisitions. Social interactions plays a crucial role in second language acquisition. Second language acquisition is a cognitive phenomenon. Second language acquisition is also a social phenomenon. And instructions help acquisitions. And then we can apply second language acquisitions in a ways to improve language pedagogy. Just about all the early figures in second language acquisitions were at one time teachers or language teacher educators. Research in second language acquisitions has continued to be driven by these same motivations, leading to discussions about how second language can best serve the needs of language pedagogy. This is not easy issues to address. For as Bardolphy Harley 1995 notes, the relationship of pedagogy to second language acquisition is a complex one that is not clearly agreed on by applied linguists. To apply second language acquisition, we consider a number of different ways making use of second language acquisition for language pedagogy, including being pedagogical proposals on the finding of second language acquisitions, practitioner research, and second language acquisitions. And the last is exploring language pedagogy through second language acquisitions. And then with this way, we can make second language acquisition are applied